Hey cellmates, welcome to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. What's up cellmates? Welcome back to another video. In this one we are going to give y'all a review of, is it The Eternals or Eternals? I think it's Eternals.
I think it is just Eternals.
Of Eternals. We went to the movies last Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday.
And watched it in theaters. And I'm just gonna say that I liked it way more than Dunes.
Me too.
It was really good. The way that from beginning to end, like they gave us enough backstory on the characters.
On what they was doing.
Because we're not comic books. We don't read the comic books and stuff like that. Well, I'm not. I don't know if you ever. But we're not comic book readers, so I like when they do take the time out and give us, those of us who don't really know the backstory behind certain characters, when they introduce us to them.
Yeah.
I like the way they set it up, and even if it was like, okay, the first part of a series, or if they're doing a series, of course they are because of the way it ended.
Yeah. That's
but yeah, but versus Dunes, where like you didn't really get a whole lot of information about what was going on. So like if they were doing a series, I wouldn't really be interested in watching it, because it's like you didn't give me enough to grab me to
make. They're doing a series too.
It probably is, but like,
because no way that you can just have that one-off movie like that.
They made a lot of money off of it.
They did,
and they got a lot of good reviews off of it.
How?
Landscape. It's like, I don't know.
Like,
but anyways, so y'all already know when we do our reviews, there are going to be spoilers in it, and also I eat in our videos, so you should be used to it.
Yeah, it's too cold outside. Well, actually, it feels kind of good.
Well, it's too cold for popsicles. Never.
What time it is? Oh, it's 5. It'll be kind of.
But okay.
So let's see.
I love that the cast was diverse.
Very diverse.
I love that it was led by a woman, and even when she died, the first leader died, she chose another woman to be the leader instead of the obvious choice, which was the man, Icarus. Superman, basically. He was basically Superman,
yeah,
in my opinion. But like when the movie kind of started, like when it started going through everything, I had a feeling that he was going to be a character. You know how they start off good and they end up bad. Yeah. I had a feeling that he was going to be responsible for something going bad, whatever happened or whatever. So I wasn't surprised that he kind of turned on them or whatever. I can't say that he turned on his teammates,
yeah,
but
he didn't turn on his purpose.
Right, he didn't. So he continued to do what he was supposed to do,
yeah,
which I can't say was wrong, but he was being very logical about it. He could have, he had relationships with those people. He built bonds with them. He could have had their backs, but he didn't. But I also knew that he knew the truth about everything as well, because you could just tell by how he was acting. Every time they would talk about it, he would just be quiet. He wouldn't say anything or whatever. And okay, I feel like so much happened that I don't even know where, how to go on the timeline. And so much happened in the movie.
Like how they did it. They would tell something and then they would go back and explain it. Then they would tell some more, go back and explain that.
But it started off with them descending from Olympia to Earth, where they were supposed to go on a mission to save the Earthlings, I guess you could say, save the humans on the planet, which means that they help us evolve.
Yeah.
Help us to populate the planet, evolve or whatever. But they didn't know why they were doing it. They thought that they were just here to help the humans, and some of them became attached to the humans because of that reason. What else? You can ask me stuff.
Okay, but yeah, they was on that planet way too long, so they began developing human traits, and some of them started feeling sorry for the humans and started wanted to rule. Well, he didn't want to rule over them, but he wanted them. He wanted
to resolve a lot of the conflicts that humans were having. He didn't like it, and he felt like because he had the power, drew it basically.
Yeah.
We're talking about, which is the one that could use mind control to control people or whatever. He didn't like the state of the planet, and he didn't like how humans fought and they killed each other and stuff like that. And he wanted to stop it, so that's what he did. Like, they ended up splitting up because they all had different perspectives about how things should have gone. After they what did they say? What was that war that they stopped? Or no, after they have got rid of the
deviants.
The deviants, yeah.
After they got all of them split up.
After they got rid of the deviants, then basically it was really nothing else for them to do. So
was like, we just be humans, man.
They started to live amongst the humans, and they didn't really agree with the way that humans lived, which I understand. So, they had differences of opinion, so they split up. They became a part of the human society or whatever, tried to fit in, and then one day the deviants showed back up. Which they showed up to the girl, what, Cersei?
Yeah, Cersei.
Her name was Cersei. They showed up where she was, which was in London. Which should have told you kind of how the story was gonna go, because she was the first one that we had caught back up with after they split up, after the deviation. And the deviant showed back up where she was
with the little
Sprite.
Yeah, it was her and Sprite, and it was just walking in the streets, and the deviant pulled up and wanted all the smoke. And he went and take Ajax? That was those leaders, right? Yeah, he took Ajax's power, which made him stronger than the other deviants or previous deviants, and he was able to heal and stuff. So they pretty much couldn't kill him because he already had the power to heal. So
right, which they didn't realize. Yeah. Well, they realized after.
They was like, hold up.
That they took her power.
Yeah,
that's when they went to find her. Yeah. Well, because before that, Icarus showed up to help them, because even though they have their own powers, they don't have like combat skills, basically.
Yeah, some of them don't got combat skills.
Not to a point to be, not to. No. Basically, whoever created them, who created them? It was what their name was. A Celestial.
I forget his name. He was something to judge.
Basically, they created them so they would be a team. So they would have to rely on each other. So no one person could go off and do things by themselves. Icarus was the only one who had powers. Not the only one, because Gilgamesh did too, and Athena.
Yeah, they could have survived.
The three of them could survive on their own because they had combat skills. You can have powers and not have any combat skills, and your powers would be worthless, basically.
Their powers
if you can't fight, especially if you're fighting something, like, it would be worthless. And their powers didn't suck. It's just that it's not for fighting.
Yeah, it sucked in combat.
It's like supportive. It's like a supportive power.
Yeah, other than that, they probably was very cool, but in combat, a regular human probably would wash them.
Mostly just Ajax, though.
No, Ajax was just a healer. That's all I think she could do.
Mostly her. And she would get washed because
she
was just she was pretty much like a doctor or a nurse.
Yeah. Sprite power was what? She was an illusionist.
Yeah, basically. Which was unnecessary.
Yeah, she was just an illusion.
I mean, it came in handy a lot of the time, but like,
yeah.
in my opinion, she was the most unnecessary.
Cersei.
Her powers were good, but
yeah, when she didn't know how to use them, her powers sucked. But when she finally started using her powers,
her powers were pretty good. Like, her powers were the strongest.
Yeah, and what was the other people name?
You have Druid. What's the black dude name? I forgot his name.
I just do not know his name.
And the girl was... He was
pretty much...
Marie...
what was her name?
Mercury?
Yeah, Mercury.
Mercury. Or something like that.
She was fast.
Macaria.
Yeah.
Her name was Macaria. I think. Macari. Druid, Macari, Cersei, Icarus, Gilgamesh, Thena, Ajax, Sprite. The only one I don't know is the black dude.
Yeah, I don't know him either. I cannot remember his name.
I can't remember his name.
But yeah, he was pretty much just an inventor.
He was a G. He was basically the Iron Man. He was Tony Stark.
Yeah,
he was pretty much like that. He was a genius. He ahead of his time. Well, there's no time because he's a god, basically. So
he's pretty much gonna live forever.
So it ain't no time for him. But yeah. So the Celestial that created them so that they would have to depend on each other, and I thought that was something, a trait or something that was important.
It was.
Because they needed to work as a team. And hopefully what they have gone through together will make them see that, like, they get it. So the next time we can see how they improve or whatever. But I'm interested in seeing more movies with all of them, wanting to see, see where the story goes and see how they improve. And how are they gonna replace Icarus? Cause
Icarus, how do you replace Gilgamesh? Like, come on, we got to.
Oh yeah, I forgot he died.
Yeah, he died in a messed up way. Oh, like, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Cause those were like the soldiers.
I mean, they still got Thena.
Thena, and then you got Mockery.
Yeah, cause she was throwing hands.
Yeah, she fast.
She was throwing good hands. I was like, look.
Cause they was like, none of us can beat him. We can't beat him together. I'm like, what? That makes no sense. All he can do, he ain't nothing but Homelander. Beams looking at you hard.
That's pretty much all you could have do, and they could have fly.
Right. If y'all could beat him, the only thing he had on them was that he could fly. That's it. Them little beams.
Oh, his eyes ain't that accurate. Cause when he went up and hit that fast girl, man, look at him.
It's crazy how strong wings will make you seem. Oh, I don't mess with birds like that. They can do something I can't do. I ain't messing with them like that.
Hey, when he on that ground trying to fight with them eyes, she was beating him. Man, look at her. She had that man up against that wall. And then he let the inventor beat him too.
Right. I was about to say that.
And he beat him with technology.
The same thing. Yeah. Exactly. And that's why I was like, why would... And then the Indian dude ran.
Yeah, he
annoyed me. I was like...
he shouldn't have ran.
And what was his powers?
He could have shoot like little finger beams. Yeah.
Oh, like a spirit gun.
Yeah, he was shooting Kamehamehas too. This was funny.
His name is Yusuke Spirit Gun.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't like it. I don't like his powers.
It was funny when he was charging them up like Kamehamehas. When he started shooting them with his fingers, I was like, no, bro, just go back to charging them.
They were like little baby versions of Icarus IVs. I was like, why would they give him them powers?
No, what was funny was he was actually smart. He went out there and he made money. This joker said, "This right here is my great grandfather."
And he was such a fan of Icarus. He made a living off of telling his stories. He wasn't that great. I never like those types in superhero movies. I don't like the Captain America type, the one that everybody like. I don't like them.
Oh, dude wanted to be Bucky so bad. I was like, why do you want to be? You can never be Bucky, bro. He's too cool. He's way too cool for you to even try to be him.
He means Icarus.
Yeah, Icarus was just trying too hard to be cool. Like the whole time the movie, I was like, why is he wearing all this black thinking he's Bucky Barnes, my boy?
He
And
ain't
then when
putting himself on
then when
himself.
they
He ain't
asked
create
him,
himself.
then when they asked him talking about who's gonna be the new Captain America, talking about I can lead them. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. You cannot handle all of those personalities.
Captain America couldn't handle it.
No, because
And technically, he wasn't the leader.
he really wasn't. He just told
Samuel
him
L.
what to
Jackson character was the leader.
That nigga wasn't in the last 3 movies.
So, he was the leader.
He did put the team
And
together. I
he
would
made
give
an
him that.
impact. Even while he was dead,
This
he
man
still
died
made
and
an
is
impact.
called one of the strongest people back down to earth.
Yep.
I was like, what is he gonna do with all those personalities? You can barely handle your own emotions.
Yeah, the Avengers was very much different from the Eternals.
Yeah, like
Avengers, I don't even know how they even really got them together.
that's too many personalities in one spot and too many egos you gotta fight
Too
with.
many
It's
egos.
just so much.
But then they add, knowing you add the Guardians of the Galaxy, you add Ant-Man, you add all of these people, you add Spider-Man, all of these people.
Oh, did I tell you Deadpool's in MCU now? Well, yeah, he's in MCU now.
Yeah, I had no.
Yeah, he's. I wonder if they ever gonna put him in movies now since he's in that timeline now. Him and.
What do you mean movies, like Avenger movies?
Well, not Avenger movies. I don't think they're gonna make any more Avenger movies right now. But you know, like the Marvel movies is coming up. Like, if he gonna make like a cameo or something in one of those.
Anyways, I'll give, because it's time.
Yeah.
I give the Eternals. I'll give it a 10 out of 10. I like it. I thought it was pretty good. It was a lot. They put a lot of information in it. I know we didn't cover everything because once my memory is bad, I do remember most of what happened or whatever. Yeah, but basically, cause I don't feel like we explained it right. Basically, when they found out that they were not from Olympia, they were from what name? They
the
have
World
a name?
Forge. They was created in
This place where the Celestial created them, and a bunch of them, honestly, because he experimented till he was able to get them exactly how he wanted them to be.
More of them on other planets, wasn't it?
That was the same planet. He made them on one planet, and then he sent them off to different planets to destroy them, basically. So basically, he created them to bring about the birth of Celestials, which are people that are just like him, like gods that are like him. But they had to sacrifice humans to do it. So basically, their job was to go to these planets and overpopulate them and evolve the humans so that the Celestial can feed on their energy and they can be born. And then when the Celestial is born, they destroy the planet and the humans along with it. When they found out that that's what they had to do, they weren't okay with it because they, like we said, they were attached to the humans and stuff like that. So they weren't okay with killing them. So they decided that they were going to go against the Celestial that created them. I can't remember his name. And they were going to protect the Earth from the Celestial. They wanted to bring about the birth of it and protect the humans at the same time, but they weren't able to do that. They ended up having to kill it. So that happened. They were successful. Icarus lost because Icarus turned against them, so they had to fight him. And then they were able to stop the Celestial in time. They were able to stop the Celestial.
You got 10 minutes.
So basically, Icarus knew the whole time that they weren't from Olympia, and that he knew what they had to do. Ajax told him because she thought that she could trust him. And when after she told him that she didn't want to kill the humans. She said she didn't want to do it anymore because they had been doing it over and over again for years. But she was the only one out of them that was keeping her memories, and the other ones were getting their memories wiped. However, Thena was remembering what was happening, but because they couldn't wipe her memories for whatever reason. She was remembering what was happening, but they treated it like it was a disease because they didn't want the other Eternals to know the truth. So she would have like these outbursts where she would be violent and she would try to fight them and stuff like that because she was traumatized from all of the wars and stuff and all of the planets they had already destroyed. So it bothered her and she was traumatized. So it came out in a violent way. She would turn against her teammates. And Gilgamesh had volunteered himself to keep her in check, basically. So then you fast forward to them finding out the truth, and what her name was again? Cersei became the leader in Ajax's place. Ajax was played by Selma Hayek. Selma Hayek is the only one who's in my the black guy is Tyrese something like that. I don't know the rest of them. Icarus, I know his face. I don't know his name.
Angelina Jolie was there.
Oh yeah, Angelina Jolie, of course.
I had to look at
But you act like I had forget. It was a lot of people.
It was a lot of people.
But I ain't know. No, we don't know none of people.
I didn't know the rest of them.
I remember I would have gotten to Angelina Jolie at some point, but
like, wait a minute.
The rest, that's only 3 people.
It is out of like what, 9, 8?
Yeah, I don't know the rest of them. I'm pretty sure there are.
I don't know Angelina Jolie.
I'm pretty sure they've been in things, but I just don't know them.
Yeah, I don't even know Angelina Jolie.
Oh yeah, I know the Indian guy. I just don't know his name. I know him. I've seen him in so many things.
I'm not gonna tell you who I thought he was.
Who? I've seen him in a lot of things, but I don't know him. And also, he was funny. He was like the comedic relief in the movie, which was great. I was glad that it wasn't the black guy, which would have been typical for a black person to be the funny one.
It'd be very typical.
But I just liked it because it was diverse. Like we were just saying, it wasn't stereotypical. I feel like they represented. Well, they didn't really go into culture like that. They didn't went into the Indian guy's culture because he went to India. He made himself a movie star or whatever. So you got a little taste of the culture over there. But what was I saying? Yeah. So fast forward, they found out what happened and they devised a plan to stop the Celestials. They used the smart guy's intelligence, Druid's mind control capability, Cersei's whatever she is, a bender. She like off of Avatar because she could turn things into other things. She could use different elements of the world. She was a bender. She was a bender.
How did you say that? She's a bender. Oh my
That's basically what she was. And they used her bending capabilities to kill the Celestial. And also the girls. I'm gonna be so annoyed that I don't. Man, go look up her name. Her name was Mockery or whatever. She was really fast, kind of like the Flash. She was the one who pretty much distracted Icarus, while the rest of them figured out how to put. They was gonna put the Celestial back to sleep, at first, but that didn't happen. So they ended up having to kill him, which she froze him, right? She froze him or something like that.
I forgot Harry Styles was in that movie.
So Icarus accepted defeat and he flew close to the sun. And I guess he died. They didn't show him dead. Like, there's a rule in movies. Makari, right. So I was right. They didn't show him.
His name was Fastos?
Fastos. Fastos? Something like that.
Yeah, because PH
and
is always
his name was Kingo.
Okay, Kingo.
Yeah, Icarus flew into the sun, but they didn't show him actually dying. And you know, there's a rule in movies: if you don't see a person take their last breath, or if you don't see them dead, then you can't say that they died. So I ain't even gonna like say he died. I just got a feeling that they're gonna bring him back on whenever they do the series, the next movie in the series.
Yeah, or
Also, we find out that Cersei's human boyfriend
it was the Black Knight.
is a Black Knight. Like, I don't know what that means yet because like I said, I haven't read the comics or whatever. But I'm pretty sure he's gonna play an important role in the next one because where were they? They were somewhere sightseeing or something.
Yeah,
and he was about to tell her his family.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, my family's kind of complicated. And then Celestial pulled back up
Right.
and he snatched all of them up.
Right, and he took her. So
Yeah.
it stopped right there. And then in the cutscene, extra whatever,
Yeah, the mid-credit scene.
the credit scene.
What happened? Oh, Athena and Mercury was on the ship trying to call
Mercury.
what? Yeah, Makari.
Makari.
Yeah, Makari. They was on the ship going to go see if they could find any either other Eternals, but they didn't get no message back from the people who they left on Earth. So they felt kind of suspicious, and they were like, "Yeah, we got to turn back." And then that's when, what's the little guy's name? I don't know. Some little,
like a little goat man.
Yeah, some little goat man pulled up with.
I don't know what they call.
He pulled up with Thanos' brother.
Is it a cherubim?
Oh. What? Well, yeah, he pulled up with Thanos' brother.
Okay, show more. Oh. We ain't got it, sure. Yeah, that character was played by Harry Styles from One Direction.
Harry Styles was Thanos' brother, and then he was another Eternal who know where they were.
Was he an Eternal, or he just was from space?
No,
I think
he was Eternal, but he had the thing to talk to the Celestial. He had the orb.
Oh, okay. So he was from another planet.
Yeah.
All right.
And he was like, "I know where y'all friends is at. We need to go get them."
Basically, and that's how it ended.
Yeah. And that was the credit scene.
So, of course, we're going to see them go on an adventure to save their friends from the Celestial. And I kind of have a feeling that the Black Knight is going to either join them or he's going to go on his own journey there.
Credit scene too.
It was about him.
Yeah, with him going to get his armor and stuff.
I
and his sword.
I figured. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to join or whatever because he's a Black Knight.
Yeah.
And also, even before I even knew that, because I had Googled it, that's how I know. I found out in the movies.
Yeah.
But it's Jon Snow. We knew he was gonna have an important part on the movie. I was like, oh, he gonna have an important part. That's Jon Snow. They gotta make him a knight or something.
But
Turns out he was a knight.
Yeah, Marvel about to get in the bag for Phase 4.
Like, I knew it.
Marvel said it. We getting diverse over here. We about to get all in our bag.
I'm excited for the rest of the
Marvel.
movies.
The movie The Marvels. They gonna have the other Miss Marvel. She gonna be Indian. I forgot who they got to play her, but I know she's supposed to be Indian.
I can't wait. Like, it's gonna be some great movies come out in 2020, 2022, and the other years to come.
Yeah.
And I can't wait. But that movie was good. Like I said, I give it 10 stars out of 10.
It was worth 2 hours and 30 minutes. Unlike the other 2 hours and 30
stars?
minutes.
We only got a couple seconds.
Yeah, I give it a 10 because it was worth the 2 hours. It was worth the whole set.
Right, it was good. It was real good. Now, compared to Dunes, it was great. But thank you again for watching our video. We are running out of time again, so we don't have time. But we will see y'all in the next video. Bye. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. To learn more about us, visit our website at cellmatesapparel.com.